unveiling of the flagpole memorial monument. And this monument I built as a tribute to my grandmother. Again, she is the lady whom I interviewed in the way of an oral history tape that I made in 1975. And it's from that tape that we've been able to uncover a great deal of family history, and we owe that to this woman, my grandmother, whose name again was Esther Hannon Hamilton. She was born in 1896 in Laughlin, Ohio, and she was the daughter of Cynthia Ann Ross of Garrett County, Kentucky, and also of John Hannon from Garrett County, Kentucky. And the Hannons had come by way of Tryon, North Carolina. She would want me to say that, even though we're in the rain, she would have wanted that said. So I have to do that. But we're going to quickly move to the unveiling at this moment.
Amen.
And as you can see, down at the bottom it says, "Behold, the only thing greater than thyself." That's at the base, the foundation. Okay? And that comes from the miniseries Roots and Alex Haley. So we pay tribute to his contribution in the way of preserving family history, and irregardless of ethnicity and race, because he did a tremendous effort in unleashing people to find out about who they are.
Amen.
And where they came from. But more importantly, it also holds reference to someone greater than all of us.
Amen.
And so I thought it was important for us to be in remembrance that God is God.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay. Then we want to, of course, pay tribute again to my grandmother, Esther Hannon Hamilton. And on the top, which you may not be able to see, there's a poem. And the poem reads, "On motherhood and women I've loved." And it says, "To a genetic African Eve along the Nile, to slave Liza Clark, an old woman worth nothing reviled. To Esther Hannon Hamilton, a matriarch profiled. To my mother so dear, Mary Frances Green, and to Linda, wife and mother of my children, an African queen."
Amen.
And then it finishes with, "The greatest gift a father can give his children is to love their mother."
That's right.
Amen.
And that's the kind of message that we want to send forth this day.
Amen.
We need to be in honor of not only this woman, but every woman
Yes.
who has borne a child, loved that child, nurtured that child, and raised that child to adulthood.
Amen.
And we just want to pay tribute to all women, and specifically these women, the daughters of Africa, as I call them. Thank you very much for your part in this celebration. And then here's Esther Hannon Hamilton. And as you can see, born March 16th, 1896. And her father's name was Reverend John W. Hannon. So again, there's a strong family religious tradition within our family tree. And her mother's name again was Cynthia Ann Ross. Now,
tell me about your father. I think you told me last time we talked that your father had accumulated, was a minister, and he had accumulated some wealth. You know, he had owned some property.
When I was just 3 years old, he moved up on the hill where Ruth lived. He was the minister of this church here
Your mother and father have.
My mother and father. Well, I was the well, they had a child before they had me, and that child died. Then I was born, and then my sister Ethel, and my sister Nell.
Is that a name, Nell or Nellie?
Nellie, yeah, Nellie. And of course Samuel. Samuel was named after Father Sam Hannon.
So your mother, whose last name was Ross, married a Hannon.
Yes.
John Hannon.
Yes, married John.
Okay, where were the Hannons from?
Tryon, North Carolina.
Tryon, North Carolina.
Yes, they were from Tryon, North Carolina. And my grandfather had been away. He left home 40 years. He went back and he found another John Hannon. When he went back there, he had named his son John Hannon. Named them all, but this John Hannon down there had a big family. So I never will forget. I went down there and John Hannon down there, cousin John Hannon, he came up here to see Grandpa Hannon before he died. He come up here. Grandpa went down there to see him. Then he come here to see Grandpa. And you know, down there they do different, you know, at Christmas. So everybody, he was here, you know, you know, they like to drink, you know, what they up the what do you call it?
Bootleg place.
No,
bootleg,
you know,
that time.
no, they where they made the whiskey, they had to go up
Still?
the mountain.
On a still, go up on.
Yeah, and so you know, they'd have a funny holler that on Christmas morning. There's Christmas morning, and he come here and he hollered like that, and everybody, you know, go run out the house to see what's going on, and so he came about twice, and they had a nice home there and still have.
And Beryl Hannon was there, and she's on her way to come and pick us up. Well, Beryl, I don't want to call you Beryl necessarily. What is your last name?
Dade.
Dade. Okay. Yeah, she thought that your name was right. This is my wife. This is Linda Hamilton.
Girl, how are you? Okay. All right. Now we want to, I don't know what direction Barbara gave you for getting to my house.
You don't see the grass, as much grass on, was a little higher. And the house, it was a drive that went in, right, circled in front of the house, Aunt Mamie's house, which was, say, down close to the kudzu. And then all of this was the lot and the land, which was sold to McFarland. And where the kudzu is the whole homestead. So we can walk up there, you know, walk up to that drive, you know, walk up the street and see that from that angle. But that barn over there is goes down from Uncle Roy's house. So that, as you can see, Aunt Geneva's house was right here under these trees, this side of the trees, and Uncle Johnny's little cabin was next to it. So as we walk up, we can, you know, see. I don't think next.
This was the view that you would have seen as you approached the homestead.
Bought this, and we thought that they were going to do something with it. Said it deteriorated. I had pictures of it, you know, as it gradually deteriorated. But
So this was Uncle, you say your
Uncle Johnny.
Uncle Johnny's house.
He was John Richard II.
Okay.
and his son was John Richard III, and they're going to come back because Garrett works for Amtrak, and that's why when his father was ill, he was here almost weekly because of his ability to ride free with Amtrak. And they enclosed, Roy had the porch open, but it's still maintained. See, the next little house was parked.
Part of the area that John Hannon used to farm was just off of this this area right here of Canebrake and Howard Gap Road, and this is the area back here that he farmed. Today it's like a commercial farming area.
Probably we have a lot of workers, but we'll probably have migratory and
Somebody coming in behind us here, looks like. Okay, now we've come up a long winding road up on top of a little hill, and when we got at the top of the hill we were thrilled to see a beautiful log cabin house here that Barrow has had built and owns. This is the actual house that Barrow's parents had built, but she has had it remodeled and redone, but it stands on the same site. Nice area, beautiful log cabin house. That's the original house.
My name is Joseph Hannon. I'm the son of Claude Samuel Hannon, born and raised in Cook County, Tryon, North Carolina. Retired, enjoying life.
And what was your occupation when you were working?
As a home revenue agent for the IRS for 30 plus years.
Okay, so you're an accountant at North Carolina Central, graduated from North Carolina Central University. Okay, thanks, Joe. All right, this is Joe's wife,
Betty Hannon.
Betty Hannon.
I'm a retired school teacher, 33 years. Now I'm working as a daycare caretaker.
Okay, thank you, Betty.
And Mommy was sitting in that chair with her.
And here we have
I'm Barbara, the youngest daughter of Claude and Mary Hannon. And I'm a retired school teacher, living
from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. 4 grandchildren, 3 boys and 1 girl. And we're just enjoying life.
Okay. And that one girl that you have is, of course, named
Sharon.
and Sharon is right here. So tell me something about yourself, Sharon.
I'm Sharon. I'm the daughter of Barbara and our senior Griffin. My father's deceased. I'm married to Alan Durasamy, and we have 1 son. His name is Alan Durasamy Jr. And we're just happy to be here today to meet you and just happy to know you.
And of course, it was Sharon that I connected with after having contacted Lyd Michael, and it's she whom I've been engaging in exchanges with emails with about the family and exchanging information about family history and so forth. So thank you, Sharon.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Of course, we know this guy.
Oh, that's full of proof that time, but good. Well, you got to get a laugh out of it. You're looking well.
Okay, tell me something about who you are and.
I'm Joseph Hannon's oldest son, Kevin
All right.
Hannon.
Kevin.
My wife Sandra Wills.